But at this point, I mean, you're focused on academia the whole while, so this is just like a fun thing you do on the
Yeah, I
side.
was just having fun. It was fun. I mean, I do music for fun, and now it happens to be my livelihood, but I still have fun with it.
That's interesting. So at that point, were you still like, I'm not gonna make a career of this? Like, sure, fine, we'll put the album out.
No, I didn't think that I wasn't gonna make a career of it. I thought that I would do it all.
Oh, so
why not? Why not? I'm always gonna have time away from school, and
True.
so I can just focus on music and my time away from school. Nothing else was really as fun.
So you were commuting to USC, and then
when I went to USC, I lived on campus.
Oh, okay. But then you were still making the drives to, like, the UCI drive was in high school.
In high school, the UCI drive, right?
Oh, man. So when you were in college, I mean, what was the plan then? Like, I'm gonna go and be a
in college. The plan was I'm going to graduate and then go to graduate school and get a PhD and then probably teach, and I'd hopefully do something related to music. But if not, that's cool because my pastime will still be music. Yeah.
Wow, that's so interesting, man. Because it's these parallels, but it's not like you give. How can I put it? Like, it kind of comes effortlessly to you because you like learning and you like music. So
right.
It's not like one's a bore or a chore.
I mean, to me in life, you just do what makes you happy, and both of those things make me happy. I love to learn and I love to make music.
What year does the first Eminem record come out?
The first Eminem record technically would be Imaginary Friends because it was a full 45-minute album on the B side of a cassette tape. So 90 minutes of a mix on one side and 90 minutes of our album on the other, or 45 minutes of our album on the other side, 45.
And at that point,
that was 1995.
At that point, were you and Exile like, okay, we're gonna make a run of this? It was just kind of like a one-off, or
it was Stretch Marks was the first mixtape, and Exile was like, okay, I want to work with Aloe on the next mixtape because he had other MCs on the first mixtape. And then from there, yes, from 1995 on, it was Exile and Aloe, Eminem, straight up. But at that time, we weren't a group called Eminem, which is Aloe Blacc and Exile, and the name of the mixtape was Imaginary Friends. And I had a song on that cassette called Eminem, which I named after a Dizzy Gillespie song because I play trumpet, who named the song Eminem. He had no name for it, and Eminem is no name backwards. So I named my song Eminem, kind of paying respect to one of my favorite musicians.
Right.
Exile liked the song. He also liked the name, and he said, we should name our group Eminem. And I was like, what group? I'm the MC. You're just the DJ and the producer.
Oh.
And he was like, no, but we should have a group, like Gangstar. I'm like, you right, okay. We can do that. That's cool. So we started a group called Eminem.
Now, at what time did the music become full time? Like, that was.
Well, the music became full time after college and after corporate America. When I was in school at USC, I was interning every summer as a business consultant, and that internship helped me just walk straight onto a job when I graduated. And I figured, you know what, I'll take the job while I have the chance. I'm making more money than my parents, did after 20 years of working.
Right.
And I could still do music on the side, but it wasn't as easy anymore. Now I'm traveling as a business consultant, and having shows in LA, and like after work flying to LA to do a gig, and then flying back, in the morning.
Really?
To work. Yeah.
On the company dime? Or were you
No. I was flying on my own dime, but having to do that was like grueling because of the work schedule. Business consultants work, 10 plus hours a day.
Yeah.
So I was really trying to squeeze in too much, and eventually, I think on a stroke of luck, the company was reducing their force. So because I was one of the newer hires, then I was probably less seniority, and they let me go.
So was it, okay, we're going to try to continue the corporate thing? Was it like,
No, that was clear indication.
Oh, okay, that was divine intervention for you.
It was a clear indication that I could just do music. I have this song called Mama Hold My Hand, which is on the new album. And I sang the song at a corporate event. They do this minimal hazing where they have the new hires do some sort of talent show.
What did they know?
And so that I, of course, instead of doing a poem or some sort of interpretive dance, I sang my song a cappella, standing ovation, my coworkers in tears, and one of the senior executives was like, you know, you might be in the wrong business, kid. And I said to myself, you know, if I ever get the opportunity to really do something with this song or do something with music, then I'll do it. And that came not too long after.
Divinity speaking loud and clear
Yeah.
to you. How did the Stone's Throw link come about?
Stone's Throw link came about actually just before I started working full time. When I graduated in 2001, I was supposed to start working immediately. But I asked for a summer. Give me the summer off because I'd like to have a free summer because I've been working every summer during university.
You'll be working the rest of your life.
Right, and I'm going to be working the rest of my life. So they gave me a free summer. Said, okay, we'll start you in September. Well, this is 2001. September 11th happened. Nothing.
Oh.
Nobody got hired at that time. Companies kind of froze at that time,
Yeah.
and they said, okay, well, we're going to start you first quarter of 2012. Well, that gave me some free time.
2002, you mean?
2002, sorry. Yeah, 2002. Sorry, I don't want to jump ahead 10 years.
You're hanging on.
My friend that I went to university with, and his name is Jordan Bromley, started this organization called Hip Hop Congress. Hip Hop Congress has basically affiliates at universities across the country, but also internationally. And he connected me with a friend of mine named Estoile in France. He wanted to hook me up with some shows in France. So I saved up some money, went out to France, and I did 4 shows in France. And then he hooked me up with a tour that was going on, set up by a German company called Sabotage. And that tour happened to be a loop pack tour with DJ Rome's, Wild Child, Ono, Metaphor,
right,
and Petrix, DJ Petrix. So I got on the tour, and luckily Madlib was not present on the tour, even though it was a loop pack tour. Madlib wasn't there because he was working on his Blue Note project. So there was an extra seat in the tour bus, and there was an extra bed already accounted for.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I met Stone's Throw Camp. Met Ono, came home, started recording on Ono beats. He gave me a beat CD, and instead of just recording 1 or 2 songs, I recorded 3 joints. I sent them to him. He liked them, and I was like, let me just finish the whole beat tape. Recorded a whole album, and Stone's Throw heard the songs I was singing on. They knew I was an MC, but they heard the songs I was singing on, and basically asked if I could record a single for the label as a vocalist.
All because there was an empty spot. I mean, because you were dope, but I'm saying, like,
yeah, all because
had 9/11 happened,
happened,
you probably would have been working right away.
Yeah, never would have made that first trip to Europe so early, as an artist, you know.
So they invite you to record a song,
Mm-hmm.
and then how does the Shine Through record come together?
Well, when I recorded Arrive and Want Me as a single, Peanut Butter Wolf said, well, I like the single, let's try for an album. And so I signed with Stone's Throw for 2 albums, and Wolf was like, well, how about we just put together, because when I met with the label, I gave him 8 CDs full of music, and he said, let's just put together an album of your best songs off of all this music. And that's how Shine Through came about. It's kind of a compilation of stuff from the past. It was some new stuff that I recorded specifically for the album, but a compilation of all different genres that I make.
So that explains why the flavor was so varied.
Yeah.
On that, 'cause it was, I mean, like the Sam Cooke cover, unbelievable.
That was part of the Ono album. That was one of the first. Actually, the last recording I did on that Ono beat CD, was that song, and it was an experiment. Even the way it starts out, you hear it sounds like a choir warming up. That was actually me warming up on the mic before it was time to do the big choral piece. And then all of it was really just an accident. I was just testing it out. it was just a test, and it was a beautiful test, and it worked out.
Man, but now this album, this is soul, right? I mean, in its entirety. Like, if I were to give you a bowl, like, this is spaghetti. This is soul. Like, it's not really vary too much on this.
Nah, it doesn't vary on this album. I worked with producers that are strictly about soul music, and have that sound coming out of their studio. And I figured, following up Shine Through, from a business standpoint, it's really hard to develop a fan base when your fan can't really pinpoint who you are, what you're up to, what you're doing. And as you know, as a business person, I also want to have that kind of ability to develop a fan base off of something solid and focused. Right. But I appreciated putting out Shine Through first because I wanted, as a songwriter, I wanted to introduce myself to the rest of the songwriting world and say, hello, I'm here. Let's work.
It's a good sampler platter.
Yeah, let's work. If you want to work with me, these are all the things that I do, because I like to collaborate and I want to work with other folks. And it worked out because a radio programmer named Emilion, who works at Radio Nova in France, in Paris, contacted me and asked me to do an entire covers album of different genre songs. So I think, my intention worked out just perfectly.
Well, that's the nice thing of having the artistic bug that you have, but then with the business sense, because it's like...
Right. So this new album, I consider it Good Things kind of just at one color in the spectrum of Shine Through. If Shine Through is a prism with multicolored genres, then this is just the soul spectrum. And Exile and I are working on another album, Bird's Eye View, and that's going to be a hip-hop album, focus, and then I've got a few other things.
I mean, it seems like it must be nice to still have your muse from kind of each genre still calling to you, because you're not like, I'm going to shut down the soul side, and I'm just not going to do soul.
Yeah.
I mean, is that a conscious effort that you make to kind of keep them all active?
It's not even conscious. I can't control it. I mean, in one day I can come up with 3 different songs, 3 different genres. The beauty of it, though, once you develop your skill and develop your writing tool, and even your performing tool, you can basically convert any song into anything. I took Billie Jean, and
don't get me started.
From a pop joint to a blues joint, and I think deep in the heart of the song, it's a blues joint. But Michael Jackson loves to dance, so he always sped up the beat, and made it danceable. So
now, when did that come about?
That came about in the early, 2003, 2004. This band I was working with, the Breakdown Boys, Farmer Greif, Henry Greif, and Kalani Makauni, I forget his last name. But we were having fun, really, on stage. And I had this idea to do a spoof on Pootie Tang.
One of my favorite movies of all time.
And so, when we slowed down Billie Jean, and instead of Want to Dance on the Floor and Around, it was Sarate, Warata, Capitan, right? And it was just funny. We just had fun. We had fun with it. And once that band disbanded, I just never played it again until recently. We went in the studio to record, versions of I Need a Dollar and Politician and Loving You's Killing Me. And I had this idea. I told the band, I said, let's play Billie Jean, but play it like this. So this is a new band. This is the grand scheme. First time they'd ever played it. I just kind of explained to them how I wanted it to sound.
Oh, so that was take one?
That was take one.
On the video?
Yeah, on the video. And it came across right, because the guys are all very professional at what they do.
Everybody's
really
in the pocket on that
really
song.
Good musicians. And I think we communicated it really well. I got an email and then a phone call from a man named Bruce Sweeting. He is the engineer who recorded everything for Michael from 78 to 1978 to 2001. And he called me and he said that my version of Billie Jean, he thinks is a really, really good interpretation of the song, and he says he thinks Michael would have loved it, and that he appreciates my voice and what I've done.
That's a big deal.
I think it's a big deal. That's why I'm telling y'all right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold my hand. I don't think I can cross this road by myself.